Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. In this video, we're gonna talk about Tiffany Haddish being hit with a $1 million lawsuit. Guys, do you remember, I believe it was last year that this family came about, wanting to sue Tiffany Haddish for an incident that took place back in 2014 when they claimed that Tiffany Haddish had groomed their kids into doing these comedy skits and to publish, to film, record, publish, and distribute sexually inappropriate material. Do you guys remember that lawsuit? No. If you remember it, initially it is said that it was thrown out of court, and this woman has been trying to sue Tiffany Haddish since then. But they said that each time, a lawyer picks up the case, it was thrown out of court. Now it is coming back because it is said that Teresa children who are now adults, they have filed the lawsuit against Tiffany and Aries, claiming they were used by the comedians in skits as minor, and they are, crying out for child sexual, read between the lines, abuse. No, this is my take before we get into all of that. If you guys remember, 2014, a lot of things were okay. White chicks, loving basketball. The white girl comes over, gives her a washcloth. A lot of things back then were okay then that aren't okay now because we are now looking through different lenses. And while, looking at the skit, it is given cringy, it is given low budget, and somewhat inappropriate. I honestly believe, and I can firmly say that Tiffany Haddish, even though she's very problematic, I believe, highly problematic and mischievous, I do believe that she didn't mean any harm to those kids. And I do believe that the mom also gave Tiffany the go-ahead, right? Tiffany and Harris. Now, the family's coming back. They're trying again to sue Tiffany Haddish. Now, I believe that Tiffany also might have done something wrong initially. Based on what I read, they basically said that, after the case was thrown out of court, they apologized to Tiffany based on the report, saying that they know Tiffany would not cause them any harm or anything like that. She had no ill will or ill intent towards them. Case thrown out. But it's also given the sense that she had given them some amount of money. And this is the thing, you cannot leave a crumb for ant. Once you give that ant a crumb, they're going to want more. And they know that a source exists and they're going to keep coming back for more. And I believe that a lot of people went against Tiffany Haddish, in a very harsh and brutal way, and without being realistic and being truthfully honest. Because the honest truth is, 2014 lenses that we had at that point, we weren't so sensitive. There was comedy, and a lot of things were funny. A lot of things were not seen as racist, anti-Semitic, and all of that. But no, that seems to be a big thing. Like it, though, I believe those things are used as a distraction to distract us from a lot of, things that are happening around us. That's what I believe. I believe that the true people who are doing horrible stuff out there keeps getting away because of so much distraction that keeps, lying around us. But let's talk about this report because, like, what the hell, man? Give this woman a break. Again, highly mischievous, but I do believe that she's innocent. But let's talk about it. Now, it says that Tiffany Haddish ex-friend has slapped the actress with a wild defamation lawsuit 1 year after the woman's children sue the comedian Radar Online has learned. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online, Haddish and comedian Aries Spears have been sued by Triza Morris. Now, it is said that Tiffany was hunted down and served this lawsuit by a server company, which means that she didn't know how to find Tiffany, so she gave a server company the lawsuit to serve to Tiffany, which they were able to do so successfully at one of her comedy gigs that she's now working on. Now, Trista said she was friend with Tiffany from 2011 to 2020, and she said she met Aries in 2014 but has never had any friendship with him, right? Now, they're saying that the suit said Tiffany became close with Trista's family and her children referred to her as Auntie Tiff. She said in the summer of 2014, Tiffany groomed and solicited her minor children to perform in, film, record, publish, and distribute sexually inappropriate material. Now, while the materials, no, as I've said, it is now when you look at it, because I've seen clips of it, it's definitely something that you really wonder, like, what were they thinking? Because based on how things are now, you can see that there was no harm meant in the film, but now you're like, what were you thinking? This is definitely not okay, but is it a big thing to say you were, abused sexually and groomed and all of that? No, I don't think it is. And I do believe that, in order for the kids to have gotten involved in this, the mom had to give, consent, because your kids are missing. They had to go missing for at least 30 minutes. Where were they? What questions did you ask about your kids? And the mom must have seen the clip. But I believe that the mom was just hoping that that entire thing would blow up and it would get her kids into Hollywood. It didn't. Now that Tiffany has some amount of fame and success, they want a piece of that cake. That's how people are. You could be best friends with someone. The only time you're going to really know if that person is your friend is if you make it out before that person. Then you'll see some of them, like, they're saying, okay, I'm giving you time. If you don't give me something, if you don't get me into Hollywood, then I'm going to come for you. And this is what this lawsuit is given, right? No, they're saying that. Let's talk about this some more. They're saying that in one skit, Teresa Knott said Tiffany had her stimulate oral sex while her brother was used for separate skits involving a Pedialyte. That's what the report is saying. And as such, they are now requesting $1 million. Now, initially, when the lawsuit was filed, Tiffany and Aries denied the allegations of wrongdoing, and the plaintiffs dismissed the case in September of 2022. Following the dismissal, Triza's daughter said, "My family and I have known Tiffany Haddish for many years, and we now know she would never harm me or my brother or help anyone else to do anything that could harm us. We wish Tiffany the best and are glad that we all put this behind us." That's where I believe that, they could have gotten a little change from Tiffany, which if she did, I believe she shouldn't have done so. But irrespective of the fact that I do believe that Tiffany is a bit, problematic, I see her as, being kind as well. And I do believe that she may have handed them a little something, and those ants, are now coming back for more. And this is what, happens when you do such thing. Now, what is Tiffany Haddish saying in this case, right? The lawyer that is representing Tiffany Haddish is saying that every attorney who was initially taking her case, and there were several, ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear that the claims were meritless and Miss Addish would not be shaken down. Now Miss Morris has her adult daughter representing herself in this lawsuit. The two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing this frivolous action. I do believe that Tiffany needs to represent herself and, in a legal standpoint, not herself directly, but in terms of getting a lawyer. And I do believe that, she needs to fight back and ensure that this thing gets put away and gets put away for good. Now, please note that I'm not saying that it is okay to exploit kids, neither do I support child exploitation. But with this case and with watching those clips, you could clearly see that. And if you look at clips back in 2014 and that time, a lot of things were okay then that aren't okay now. So on that basis, I can say that I really didn't see any harm. But while it is still cringy and you really ask, were you that desperate for a breakthrough? Yes, you're going to ask that question. But at the end of the day, I honestly believe that, what they're claiming to have happened here, really did not. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what are your thoughts. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share if you care, and see you all later. Bye, guys.